At 44 years old, most NFL players are memories. Their jerseys hang in closets. Their highlights replayed by someone else. Their names spoken in the past tense. Time moves on quickly in professional football, and the league rarely looks back. But one name refused to stay there. While the NFL kept moving forward, while stadiums filled with younger arms, faster legs, and louder futures, Philip Rivers was already living a second life. He was a coach, a father, retired. The game he had given everything to was behind him, neatly closed, or so it seemed, until one unexpected phone call arrived, and everything he believed was finished suddenly came rushing back. This wasn't a comeback anyone planned. It wasn't announced with fanfare. It wasn't celebrated. It was necessary. And from that moment on, a question quietly followed him. When a man returns, after 5 years away from the game, is he chasing glory, or is he running toward closure? This is the story of every throw, every doubt, and the final chapter Philip Rivers never expected to write. Philip Rivers didn't leave football quietly, but he left at peace. After decades in the league, thousands of passes, and a career defined by toughness, emotion, and heart, he stepped away without spectacle. There was no farewell tour, no dramatic goodbye, no carefully scripted ending. Just a simple truth he accepted and spoke aloud: "I'm done." Life moved on. He became a coach, guiding young minds. He became a mentor, sharing lessons earned through pain and perseverance. He became, more than anything, a present father. The NFL chapter felt closed, complete, and final. At least, that's what everyone believed. 5 seasons passed. The league evolved the way it always does: faster, sharper, younger. New quarterbacks rose into stardom. Old rivals faded into retirement. The game Philip Rivers once commanded changed its rhythm and its face. And Rivers himself watched from a distance. No headlines followed him. No rumors stirred his name. There was no comeback talk, no speculation, no noise at all. Just silence. Until suddenly, everything went wrong for one team. Late in the season, disaster struck. Quarterbacks went down. Playoff hopes began to slip. Urgency replaced patience, and desperation replaced comfort. The Indianapolis Colts needed someone immediately, someone who could learn fast, lead without hesitation, and handle pressure without flinching. Someone who didn't need time to grow up. And then, quietly, almost unbelievably, someone said his name. Philip Rivers. A retired man. A coach. A father. 44 years old. The phone rang. And in that moment, the story turned. Because the hardest part wasn't saying yes. The hardest part was asking the question no athlete ever wants to face: do I still belong here? When Rivers walked back into an NFL locker room, it felt unfamiliar. The faces were different. The speed was different. The energy was different. This wasn't the league he left behind. But one thing remained unchanged. The ball still felt right in his hands. Every practice rep mattered. Every throw was judged. The whispers came quickly. Critics laughed. Fans doubted. Too old. Too slow. Too late. But Philip Rivers didn't return to be loud. He didn't come back to make noise. He came back to be ready. Then came the moment that mattered most: every single pass attempt from his return. Not just the completions, but the hesitation before the release. The anticipation in tight windows. The split-second decisions that defined his career. Each throw carried a memory of who he was, of what he had lost, of what he still had left. Some passes were sharp and decisive. Some were risky. Some reminded everyone exactly why Philip Rivers had lasted so long in the league. And some revealed his age, honestly and without disguise. But every throw meant something. This was never about perfection. This was about courage. With every snap, the weight of legacy grew heavier. What happens if this ends badly? Does it rewrite the memory people hold on to? Does it erase what came before? Or does bravery matter more than the result? Philip Rivers wasn't chasing records. He wasn't hunting trophies. He was chasing closure. The kind that only comes when you face the thing you once walked away from and find peace on the other side. As the final moments approached, the music slowed and the truth became clear. Remember the question from the beginning: did Philip Rivers come back to prove something to the NFL, or to himself? The answer was never about wins or losses. He didn't return to silence critics. He didn't come back to reclaim glory. He came back because football was never just a game to him. It was identity. It was belief. It was unfinished emotion. And when the final whistle blew, when the helmet came off one last time, Philip Rivers walked away complete. Not because he succeeded. Not because he failed. But because he tried, when most people wouldn't dare. Some careers end with highlights. Others end with honesty. Philip Rivers' comeback wasn't about the NFL. It was about answering one final question. Do I still have it? And sometimes, having the courage to ask is the real victory.